person who can fulfill our loneliness is when we reunite with our supreme cosmic energy, or God as we call it. How good is your relationship with the universal realm or the cosmic energy or the soul plane? Build that. And when God is on someone's side, what will the million army do? How to handle loneliness. I'm a big believer that God created an emptiness or a loneliness within us, which we thought we are supposed to seek by fulfilling it through people outside of us. Like we were waiting for our spouse, our children, our family to fulfill that loneliness, and that at some point we won't feel it. What you're calling loneliness, I tend to call emptiness, but it's the same thing. So I read this somewhere where when we are born, there is a concept called veil of amnesia, which is we forget that the only person who can fulfill our loneliness is when we reunite with our supreme cosmic energy, or God as we call it. And the more faith and surrender you will build in God, the more you start to feel like He's watching your back and He's always there for you. Remember, once that separation gets joined back again, which was always there, at birth we get separated, and the journey of our life is to reunite with that Supreme. And the day that happens, this loneliness that we experience will no longer exist. It will cease to exist for the simple reason that no human can fulfill that part of us. It has to be fulfilled by the divine energy. So I'm going to start to ask you, how much or how good is your relationship with the universal realm or the cosmic energy or the soul plane? Build that. Build that to an extent where you stop feeling the need for approval, acknowledgement, validation from the world, and you start to go, you know what, when I have Him by my side, who else do I need? It's like Krishna and Arjun. Because Arjun had Krishna, at one point Duryodhan had a choice that he could choose either the millions of army that Krishna had, or he could choose Krishna. And he went excitedly to his father and he said, Dad, I've gotten all the sages on my side, the entire million people army, the horses, the elephants. Oh my God, we are definitely winning this war. And they say at that point, Dhritarashtra, his father, just had a tear flowing down his eye, because he realized that his son had chosen all of that, leaving God out. While God had gone to Arjun, and when God is on someone's side, what will the million army do? And so, I don't know how this is relevant for you, but I really hope that when you start to fill yourself up with God energy, you will start to not feel lonely anymore. Rather, you will start to enjoy being alone. Because you are actually never alone. There is a divine that lives inside of us, and once we recognize that, we become so happy in our own company that we need no one else. And when we need no one else, then we want others, and coming from a place of want of other people rather than the need of other people takes us from being beggar to queen or beggar to king. So I'd rather you be king and queen, where means you want other people, you don't need anybody, is far superior in energy to work with than the energy of. So I hope, for all of you here who are feeling lonely in your life, build that beautiful relationship and watch yourself feeling so complete that you will never need anybody, you will only want other people. And I always tell Puneet that in my marriage, I hope, Puneet, I never need you. It should never be for your finances or for what you do for me or what you are to me. That's not why I want you in my life. I want you in my life because of only one thing, which is pure love. I choose to have you in my life because of the love that I have for you, and not because of the provisions to provide, how much you provide for me and how much you protect me. That should not be my reason of. And recently Karwa Chauth went by, and I always on Karwa Chauth pray that God, let me want Him, let me not need Him. I want to be bigger than a need.